Okay, how's everybody doing? Um, so as promised, this is the video where I show off some of the garage sale, yard sale, flea market, and thrift store finds that I've acquired over the last couple months. I kind of meant to do like smaller videos, and so there's actually a little bit more here than what I would normally do. But I just want to show some of these off that I found some of these toony vehicles, and I'm just gonna go through them pretty quickly. Like this one here, a little too toony for me, but that engine be good for Gaslands. Um, I got this beat up Volkswagen. I've actually got a couple of these. I need to do something with. But yeah, I like those. Those are good vehicles to have around, and a lot of these are kind of cheap vehicles. Some of them are actually pretty good. Got this Mustang here. I like this Mustang. It's a 2005 Mustang, and it is beat up, so there's absolutely no issues with gas lancing this one. It's got that big chunky rear end. Perfect for a Verney team that's got the tombstone, because they're supposed to have a little bit more armored back ends than everybody else. We got a Chevy Stalker. This is a good one because it's got a plastic body, it'll come apart easy, but there's no interior in it. So I'm a little disappointed in that, but be good for making different kind of things. I think this is they call a GT Hunter. Again, kind of beat up, but good Michigan base kind of vehicle. They're really the ones for the futuristic stuff. And I got one of these. I've already did a custom of one of these and sold it on Etsy. These are really good for if you're just starting out. I like this body. If you're just starting out in Gaslands, because you can just pretty much mount the gun straight here and then drop a guy in, and you're good to go on that. It's one of the easier cars to customize, in my opinion. This one here is a time tracker. Kind of a cheap looking car, but I like the dirt effects on it. It's kind of weird that way. That's how it came. So, I think if I customize this one, I might take out the glass entirely and then just like put like a grid mesh up here and armor it up a bit. It's kind of like a futuristic dirt modified car, really. We got a cheap little Maisto Lamborghini Miura. It's a little beat up. Be good for terrain. Hot Wheels has already done their Miura, and it's much better. Another Maisto. This is a Jeep Wrangler. Again, same kind of deal. We're not going to go too long with those Maistos because they're basically good for terrain and destruction derby kind of stuff. And then I've got this. This is an M2 Corvette, and there's a guy that had a fishbowl full of Hot Wheels cars, and this is the first one I grabbed, and he was kind of surprised by it, and I was like, yeah, I want this one out of all of them. And then he ended up taking on the fishbowl full of Hot Wheels cars, and but yeah, this is a good Gaslands again because it's broken up, it's kind of beat up. I'm kind of leaning towards making this a Warden car, but and we got one of these El Caminos. I don't think I'm alone saying I'm not a big fan of the rear engine side mounted chicanery there. But that's easily removed, and then you can put a gun or whatever back there, and then still have it as a regular old El Camino. And you got this Buick GSX. Again, beat up, worn up, perfect Gaslands kind of vehicle. Seen better days. Could really use a dip in the paint stripper, and You know, it's New Life. Again, it's a good Warden vehicle for it to beat up. And then you got this Blitz Speeder. My eyesight's... I should be wearing glasses, but I don't put my glasses on unless I'm driving at night. So sometimes I don't have the best vision. But yeah, again, futuristic fake car. But then you got this one here. This is a 57 GMC step side. Again, good Gaslands are a good collector vehicle. I like the trucks like this. Mostly because there's good space to put crew in, and flat spaces for the guns, and be easy to mount a ram to it because you've got the bottom lights here that a flat panel can kind of come up to, and then you've got the space enough underneath that you can glue something to it pretty good and not have to worry too much about shenanigans. And then we've got this troop carrier matchbox. So it's already got some police Metro 04. Red glass is fine because that can be heads-up display. Lights, you just have to paint the lights, and you have to paint the wood there. I'm not sure why they call it a troop carrier. It doesn't really look like a troop carrier to me. Troop carrier should be armored, unless there was an armored piece here that I'm missing. Which I guess is possible. And it's also got a trailer, so trailer hitch. So it could be, if you want to strip all the paint off of it, you could make it a good Rusty's vehicle. And you got a good old Camaro, Bumblebee style yellow stripe Camaro. I actually don't know if this is the Bumblebee. I don't think it is, but I know they did the late 70s one in the first movie, but I don't know if they changed it in the later ones because I didn't get to see the later ones. But yeah, yellow stripes, can't go wrong. And I like this little van. It's a little small for Gaslands or even a Hot Wheels car, because I mean this is a minivan. You can see how much smaller it is even compared to the GSX. But might be good for background terrain. Just ignore the phone. Got one of these Coyote. Again, this is a fantasy vehicle, but it's got the look of an off-road Baja truck. I've popped one of these open before. There's nothing inside it, so unfortunately there's no crew options or anything. Might not be too bad to make into a Mars style racer though. It might work for that. And here we go, some more. Got this Riley Scott, and that's it's in good condition for yard sale vehicle. And again, these Le Mans cars, these are perfect for your performance cars. You just drop the guy in there and into the seat, and you've got your crew. You can put your guns here across, or you can maybe have it like mounted here, so like you could have like a World War I style machine gun up at the front where the driver could be one hand on the steering wheel and then one hand out here on the gun, and if you wanted to go, you could do that. You could even put like a propeller on the front, so it would be like the World War I biplanes where the propeller would spin and then have the interrupt gear. And anyway, that's options. Another little cheap, And then we got this Mustang drag car. Perfect vehicle for Idris. Unfortunately, not too big of a baseball person. North Carolina has only got a minor league team. They don't have a major league team, so I really don't pay much attention to baseball. But I have a friend who's a Braves fan, so I know he's kind of in the dumps right now. But got a Maisto GSX. This is probably one of the better Maistos. Hot Wheels has got a better one than that, but it's good for background terrain. And if my voice sounds a little scratchy, it's because it is. But got one of these lethal diesels. I saw a lot of people using these in Gaslands for a hot minute, and then I haven't seen them quite as much. But I've got one of these as Highway Patrol, and I got another one that's a Verney one that I call the Copperhead. And so that one I'm not sure what I'll do with. And then we got this one. This would be a good terrain vehicle, you know, cleaning vehicle or something for getting the track ready. Maybe you could. It's got good flat surfaces though. You could probably have to redo redo the interior. That seat's too small. But you could probably get away with that. I think there's some piece missing off of it, maybe, or maybe I just don't. I don't know. But it's Runway Wrangler. So I guess that's one of those vehicles that pulls the planes around. And we got another fantasy vehicle with see-through plastic bodies. V10. Nice. But I don't know. It's not my thing, personally, but I know some people like them. And NSX, I got a couple of these. I wish they had just gone ahead and molded out the roof line instead of just making this whole thing one piece. It makes it a little difficult to work with because you have to paint that, and then if you wanted to put mesh in here, you'd have to cut the windows out. Not that big of a deal, I guess, but you know, if you wanted to do it that way, it'd be kind of tough. And you got one of these Impreza police cars. I've already done one of these, and it was the black one, but again, it's beat up, so it's, you know, perfect for dipping in the citrus strip and making something good out of it. Got another Maisto. This one is a good one for parts. Just get that light bar and slap it on something else. Other than that, terrain's pretty much what I'm using it for. And got ourselves another Mopar Maisto. Again, just wish they had the interiors. And then we got JDC's favorite vehicle. She's beat up though. But definitely a good Gaslands car. Because it's beefy and it's easy to work with. I've already customized one of these, so I can tell you it's a good car to crack open and work with. It's got a high roof line, so you don't have to do too much cutting to get a guy to fit in there. And you got another Maisto. This one, I have a feeling fell to a little girl or boy's creativity set, because it is covered in purple chalk like paint. I have no idea. Wow. But again, terrain vehicle. And then we got this Audi RS Coupe. A little too modern for Gaslands, but you know, it's a good little car. There we go. Now this one, my brother picked up for me at a yard sale I wasn't actually at, and I think he did a good job picking that out. Multi-rocket launcher truck. Front's a little, is a little bit of a letdown, but the gun is, I mean, the big rockets are, that's the selling point. And that can, it's screwed in, so yay, it's going to be easy to work with. Excuse me for a second. Just dropped one. There we go. And we got this little fella. There's already a guy in there. So less work for me. And it's a perfect little gyrocopter. I mean, this is perfect. Yeah, this Matchbox helicopter. Couldn't get simpler. I love it. Definitely gonna make a custom out of that one. Because I like gyrocopters. And we got a Honda pickup truck. Only bad thing, even though it's got the trailer hitch and everything, is Rusty's being rednecks. They don't know if they would drive a Honda pickup truck. But the same with like the Nissan Titan, you know. It doesn't really scream Rusty's, but it's still kind of cool. And unfortunately, Miyazaki can't take trucks, so the team I would put that on and just can't take them. Then we got this Thunderbird here that is really beat up. And like there's a whole chunk missing out of the front there. Probably terrain for this one. I wonder if this is one of those color change cars, because it looks like it was color change at some point. But it's tore all up. Poor thing. And I got this one here. It's some sort of beer bottle racer. I don't know. Probably going to use this for parts for my Oktoberfest vehicle, because I do like the bottles. I do like all the interior bottles and stuff. And the engine. And the rest of it's kind of forgettable. But the inside part's pretty good. And then we got this thing. This one thing doesn't have any interior, but I like it. Gonna have to find some way to gently remove the paint, because this is a plastic body. But I can't use a lot of most strippers will tear this apart. But it's like it was on a rail system or something. I'm gonna have to take that apart. And it looks like it lights up too, so I'm hoping that if I replace this battery, it'll light up. Replace the wheels. And if it lights up, I'll do something with this, because I like the skateboard, the surfboard thing on the back. And I kind of like the little motion thing here. So I might do something with this, just to see what I can do. That could be fun to mess with. And I got this fella. Again, parts vehicle, because it's got the weird trailer thing. It's a scraper. Not entirely sure what I would do with it, but you know, there's something you can do with it. I'm sure, but it's weird looking. And then of course you got a John Deere tractor. They're perfect for the tires. Just take the tires right off and slap them on a car. And there's the trailer. So this is perfect for Gaslands too. So because that is perfect, because you can put a guy in there and put some hay bales or whatever in there, or make it look like it's carrying something for Rusty's. And you got another Maisto Porsche. This one, still modern, a little too modern for Gaslands, but eh. Some other cool cars in here. What do we got in here that's cool? Oh yeah, here we go. That was a pencil. 94 T-Bird. Stock car. No interior, but hey, is another one of those vehicles that's, you don't have to do much. Probably take a file, scrape it a little bit more, make it look like this damage is wall damage or whatever. You know, then weather it. And I think that would do a good job with this. Elton Sawyer. So yeah, I hadn't heard that name in ages. But another Maisto, another background car, another terrain vehicle. A little too modern for the game too. What's the name of this one? This truck here. It's a little too modern. It's a shame. Yeah, 2015. A little too modern for the game, but it's still a nice little truck for Maisto. And then we got Ford Transit Connect 2010. Funny thing is my mom is, well, it's not funny, I guess, in one way, but my mother is blind, and she's got spinal stenosis, so she's, I have to do all the driving for her, and we were looking at getting one of these at one time in real life, but for her, I could ferry her around a bit better, but still, it's a cool little vehicle. I like that it's a taxi too, and it still looks like it's the kind of taxi that would take care of handicapped people, so I like that aspect of it. And then we finally got one of the Maisto fantasy vehicles that actually looks like it wouldn't be out of place in Gaslands. Could be a good Beverly vehicle, so that way you don't have to do anything with the interior. Engine sticking out is always good. So yeah, I think that's a good one. And I like the flames. You can't go wrong with flames if you're going to keep the paint job. I mean, that's, you know. You got this truck. This truck's a little big, and again, no interior. But the star was these wheels. I'm going to love taking these wheels off of this thing and using them on a build. Because they're, I like the pattern. They've got good chunkiness to them. You got these, there's a little narrower. So these should go on a vehicle. Or I can put narrow ones at the front, wide ones at the back. So, that one's good. I am saving the stars of the show for last. I'm gathering them kind of randomly, but this is a Opel Speedster. Kind of good looking little vehicle. And this one actually is a Maisto with an interior. And it's not a bad interior at all for putting guys in, because it's big white seats and everything. Don't think I'd have to cut much. Yeah, I like this one. That's a Maisto I can actually make a good custom out of. Another parts car. Haywood Police. Sorry, Haywood Police. And another Maisto Charger. And then we got this Rip Rod. I have actually never bought one of these new. But I've been told that they are great for Gaslands parts because they have a good roll cage inside them. So I might crack this one open and see what I can get out of it. And feels like it's got a plastic body, so it should come apart easy. Another Maisto Jeep Wrangler. This one could still be, even though it doesn't have an interior, it still could be a good vehicle if it's the right year. I don't know my Jeeps very well to know if this is a 2008 or lower, preferably like late 90s, early 90s, 80s Jeep, but I don't know that part, so it could be a good one though still. And we got this Lamborghini Gallardo LP police vehicle. Got a couple of these already. A little newer for Gaslands, but that's still cool. And if you do going to use it for Gaslands, it's great for that flat bottom back there. You can put a mortar or something, or any kind of like rear-mounted gun, and it would look right. And got a 2016 Chevy Camaro convertible. Again, a little too new for Gaslands, but still could do other customs with it. And I got the symbolic. Again, not my thing, but it's got a recycle logo on it. Could be good for Earth Day, I guess. And a little Nissan Junior truck. Again, it's got a trailer hitch, but it's not really a good one for Rusties. And now we're getting into the tail end of this. So, got another parts vehicle, tractor. This is all I got some of the Matchbox ones where this is not all one part. This one is all one part. But I still think I could chop that up and put that on a vehicle and make that look good. And then we got this. This ain't even a Maestro. This is like a really cheap one. There's seats in there, and there's not even a dashboard or anything. So this one is definitely terrain bound. We're gonna squish that one, I think. And got a little Datsun 510. I like these because I like the roof rack and I like the material here. So I'm gonna go a little bit faster here because I'm almost 30 minutes. Taking up almost 30 minutes of your time. Another little hollow clear vehicle, little truck. It's a fantasy truck, but the jet engine's at the back. That looks like that could be interesting. Or those are big like gas containers or something. But could be good for parts. And it's plastic too, so we got a hot wired. I bought a couple of these because I thought I was going to turn them into something, and I just kind of sat on them. So I've got a few of those already. And this one here is also a Maestro, but it's a Chrysler Atlantic. And yeah, it's got the X-Men stuff on it. But I really like the styling of this one. This is definitely another one I might still make a custom out of. Might be Beverly or Rutherford. Because Rutherford would be the kind of person that would have a luxury-looking car like that. And I dropped it in the floor. And we got a Viper. That's a 2000 Viper, so it's the right era. That would be a good Maxine vehicle, I think. And one of these trucks. I've used one of these trucks in my cleaners build. This is actually the top piece of that. That's on the back of the Humvees, the monster truck Humvee with the trailer. But anyway, the two cool things, the really cool things I've got Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and so yes, I still do that sometimes. Make a pile of cars and have a monster truck just roll over them. And then we got Reptoid. Now, if only I could find Predator. Predator was one of my favorite monster trucks when I was a kid. But anyway, good. This would be a good vehicle for Gaslands. Either one, really. I could easily see somebody taking the Monster Mutt and putting like some felt or static grass and then like paint it like brown. And if y'all have ever seen Dumb and Dumber, like you could probably make a monster truck version of that Dumb and Dumber van with this. And that would be kind of cool, I think. But yeah, anyways. If you enjoy this, always like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my Etsy store, King of Cats Crafts. I should have some new customs posted sometime at the end of the month, I think. But other than that, thank you for your time. Take care, be safe, and goodbye.